My neighbor told me to stop grilling on my own balcony because the smell reached her window and said my lease wasn't her problem. So I hosted a cookout every single weekend for a year. The first time I met Diane, she was pounding on my door at 4:30 in the afternoon on a Saturday. I opened it with tongs still in my hand, smoke from my small charcoal grill drifting behind me. She didn't introduce herself. She just pointed at the balcony and told me to put that thing out immediately. I'd been living in this apartment complex for 2 years. My balcony faced the courtyard. Grilling was explicitly allowed in my lease as long as the grill was 10 feet from the building, which mine was. I explained this calmly. She crossed her arms and said her window was directly above my balcony and she shouldn't have to smell my dinner. I told her I grilled maybe twice a month and always on weekend afternoons. She stepped closer and jabbed her finger toward my chest. Your lease isn't my problem. Figure it out or I'll make your life difficult. I went back to my burger and figured that would be the end of it. I was wrong. Monday morning, I found a typed note taped to my door claiming that balcony grilling was a fire hazard and demanding I cease immediately. No signature. I checked my lease again just to be sure. Section 12, paragraph 3. Charcoal and propane grills permitted on private balconies with proper clearance. I took a photo of the clause and kept grilling. The following Saturday, Diane appeared again, this time with her phone out recording me. She announced loudly that she was documenting the smoke damage to her property and would be seeking compensation. I waved at the camera and flipped my steaks. She called me a selfish pig and stormed back inside. 2 weeks later, I received an email from the property manager asking me to come in for a meeting about a complaint. I printed the email and brought my lease. The manager, a tired-looking man named Gerald, showed me a 3-page letter from Diane alleging that my grilling was creating a health hazard, lowering property values, and violating multiple fire codes. Gerald sighed and told me he'd already checked the lease. He confirmed I wasn't violating anything and that Diane had filed 6 complaints in 2 weeks. He showed me the stack, all typed, all dramatic, all completely baseless. He asked me to just try to keep the peace. I asked him why I should accommodate someone who was harassing me for using my own balcony legally. He didn't have an answer. That's when I decided to stop being reasonable. The next weekend, I invited 4 friends over for a cookout. We grilled burgers, hot dogs, ribs, and corn. The smoke was glorious. Diane appeared at her window screaming down at us about inconsideration and lawsuits. My buddy Frank waved at her with a rib bone. She slammed her window so hard I thought it might crack. The weekend after that, I did it again and again. Every single Saturday and Sunday for the next 3 months, I had people over. My balcony became the unofficial gathering spot for half the building. Neighbors I'd never met started stopping by with side dishes. Mrs. Kowalski from the first floor brought her famous potato salad every week. The maintenance guy started timing his breaks to coincide with my cookouts. Diane's complaints to the property manager hit double digits by month 2. She escalated to sabotage by month 4. I came home to find my grill doused in some kind of chemical that left white residue all over the grates. I had security footage from my balcony camera showing Diane climbing over from the shared walkway at 2 a.m. with a spray bottle. I filed a police report and sent the footage to Gerald. He issued her a formal warning for property damage and trespassing. She responded by filing a restraining order against me, claiming I was stalking her with my grill smoke. The judge dismissed it in 15 minutes after I showed him my lease, the security footage, and the stack of harassment complaints I'd documented. He told Diane she was wasting the court's time. Month 6 brought the petition. Diane went door to door trying to get signatures to ban grilling in the complex entirely. She needed 50 signatures from residents. She got 11, and 3 of them were from people who didn't even live here. I obtained a copy of the petition from Gerald and found that Diane had forged at least 4 signatures from people who confirmed they never signed anything. I reported her to the property management company's corporate office. They launched an investigation. Meanwhile, my cookouts continued. Month 8, month 9, month 10. Every weekend without fail. Rain or shine, snow once in February. I bought a canopy. My neighbor group chat started calling me the grill master. Someone made me a trophy out of an old spatula and a toilet paper roll. Month 11, Diane tried one final move. She called the fire department claiming she saw flames shooting from my balcony. 3 trucks showed up while I was grilling chicken thighs. The firefighters found a perfectly controlled small charcoal grill with no violations. One of them asked if he could have a piece of chicken. I gave him a plate. The fire captain took down Diane's information for filing a false report. She screamed at him from her window about corruption and conspiracies. He told her she was lucky he wasn't citing her on the spot. That night, I got a text from Gerald with a screenshot attached. It was an email from corporate confirming that Diane's lease would not be renewed due to repeated violations, harassment of other tenants, and the forged petition signatures. 3 weeks later, I watched Diane load boxes into a moving truck while I seasoned a brisket. She looked up at me one final time, face twisted with fury. I raised my tongs in a small salute and went back to my meat.